Hi everybody, how you doing today? Time for another 5-minute tutorial on tips and tricks in PowerDirector. I have version 15, but this should work in other editing software such as Sony, Adobe, etc. I've created a playlist, PowerDirector Editing Software Tips and Tricks, where all of these tutorials will reside on my Studio David channel on YouTube. Here is where you will find other videos that I may mention as precursors to the video you're watching today. After creating the tutorials on how to add voiceover narration to existing video and audio ducking, I decided to combine those two here and put both of those practices to use in this video. I will put links in the video description of those two previous tutorials for your reference. And just a quick reminder, since PowerDirector version 16, audio ducking is a part of the options in that program. Prior to 16, I have version 15. You have to do it manually. Here we are in PowerDirector, and I have several clips from my GoPro here about when I was building my generator shed. I have voiceover narration as I'm walking through this video. But let's say that I'm outdoors and it just didn't come through and I want to do a narration voiceover. Also, there's a fair amount of dead air where I'm not talking and I want to add in background music. There are two ways you can start this. Since you have these segments, you can leave these as segments because they will help you determine where you are at in the video. Or you can do it the way I'm going to do it, and I prefer to do it, is I will render this as a single movie and then work with it in that way. The way I will do it this way will aid me in determining where I have narration and where I have the background music based on the splits and the breaks in the timeline. So I want to get rid of all of these little breaks in these segments. Since there will be sections where I want the background ambient noise from the video to be in the final video, I will leave this check mark ticked so I have audio in this movie. Here I have all those clips rendered into one single movie. Now I'm going to run through this video, determine where I want to have the ambient sound and my voiceovers of this video clip, have some muted areas where I want background music, and then some places where my voiceover narration on this clip wasn't clear. I'm going to have voiceover narration done in the studio, if you will. The first 13 seconds of this clip, I'm talking about the baseline decibel readings, and it wasn't too clear as I filmed it. So I unlinked the audio and the video, removed the audio. Using the screen recorder, I did a voiceover narration of this actual screen. Remembering that the video captured in this process is irrelevant to the final narration voiceover. I've imported it into PowerDirector. Right click on that, unlink audio and video, remove the video. Now I have my original video clip, my voiceover narration. Let's take a listen. Here I will take some baseline decibel readings from various distances from the generator shed. I determined where I want the next break to be. This segment here, again, unlink video and audio, then remove the audio, leaving the gap. I am also going to time compress this clip. I brought in my background music and dropped it on the lower track. I've softened the beginning of the music as I described in the audio ducking tutorial. At this break here with this video clip, I want some of the ambient noise so we can hear the generator running. I've created a split here. The timeline marker is in the position where I want that ambient noise from the generator video to show up. Come down here, highlight the audio track, and split it. Now I will create my fades as in the audio ducking tutorial. Okay, I've ran through this project, I've greatly shortened it, and I have everything in place the way I would want it. Let's run through this real quick. I have the video up here and my voiceover here. Then I have background music coming in. And then here, in this video clip, I have left some of the generator noise with some voiceover narration, fading into just background music, then just the video clip with the generator noise, and then I have those muted. I have my voiceover with background music. Okay, so now let's take a look at the finished clip. Here I will take some baseline decibel readings from various distances from the generator shed. Now let's look at the decibel readings with the generator running. Note that I have the one door open to prevent the exhaust from melting the door. Okay guys, the next time I see you, I will have the ventilation kit installed and we'll take the decibel readings then. There you have a nice blend of voiceover narration on existing video, using the audio in the existing video, and background music. As with any editing software, the first couple times you do things, it's very time intensive, but the deeper you get into it and the more often that you do it, the easier it gets. Since this generator shed video is part of an already completed project, I didn't take a whole lot of time here in this tutorial of adding fades and transitions, so it is a little choppy. It took me about an hour to figure out the timing and the fading aspects of the voiceover, the background music, and the audio from the video, but that was while I was making the tutorial also, so if I'd been doing that as a standalone project, 30 to 60 minutes to get that timing down the way I liked it. Next up, we're going to throw another layer into it, and that's multicam. That wraps it up for this tutorial. Hope you guys can take some of this information and use it to your benefit. Thank you very much.